The perfect day. When I say it, what do you think about in your head? Is it being by the beach, on vacation, having pina colada in your hand, or maybe spending time with your family? I have thought about the question as well, and as a result, I came up with an ideal day based on science, mine, and other people's experiences. The goal is not for me to give you 20 different things and checklists of all the things that you should do every single day, but rather to give you a menu of options where you can choose what you choose to do every single day. I put together a free PDF that you can download for free in the notes. A little spoiler alert, we're not just going to talk about meditation, cold showers and all that stuff. We're also going to talk about other things, for example, laughing. Hey guys, my name is David, and on this channel we talk about how to live a more meaningful life through the inside. Today we're going to talk about an ideal day. How should an ideal day look like? I took some inspiration from science, from my own experiences, and from other people such as Andrew Huberman and others. Let's get straight into it. Before I get into it, let me just say all these are just recommendations. You don't have to do every single thing. Don't be rigid. Just pick whatever works for you. And if you choose to do something new, let me know in the comments, or if you find something funny or interesting, also let me know. I put together a free PDF that you can download for free in the notes. Okay, so the first thing in the morning is that we wake up. A good thing to do to help us wake up is to do a little exercise, 5 minutes of Tai Chi, 5 Tibetans, or just some vitalization exercise that's gonna help us wake up. A really useful thing to do that is backed by science is to spend 10 to 30 minutes outside on the sun. So ideally we wanna go for a walk. If it's sunny, 10 minutes is enough. If it's a little bit overcast, 30 minutes. And that is going to reset our circadian clock because the eye is absorbing photons, and then it's going to help us fall asleep at night, wake up the next day. So that's how we fine-tune our body to the 24-hour rhythm. Very, very powerful. It's inspired by Andrew Huberman. He really preaches that this is one of the most important things to do for ourselves every single day. Then of course we can do meditation. That's also a good thing to do in the morning, just to calm a little bit down, since we have more cortisol in our body in the morning, the stress hormone. So 5, 10, 15, even an hour-long meditation could be really beneficial. After that, we got the Wim Hof method. You might have heard about Wim Hof, the Iceman, shortly. The Wim Hof method has 3 components. First one is breathing exercises, second, cold exposure, and third, mental. And quickly, you can do the breathing exercise in the morning or during the whole day. How it works: 25 times you inhale fully, then you let go, something like. You do this 25 times. On the 25th time, you hold your breath. So you exhale, you hold your breath. You're gonna be able to hold it for around 60, 90, maybe even 120 seconds. When you feel the urge to inhale, you inhale in your head. You try to hold for another 15-30 seconds, and then you let go. You see how you feel? I've been practicing this for quite a long time, and it really gets me going in the morning and makes me feel really good. Again, it has a lot of science benefits, so give it a shot. Look up Wim Hof on YouTube, and I think this could be a really good thing to add to your toolkit. Since we speak about Wim Hof, I have to add the cold shower. You can take a cold shower in the morning or at night. That's when I prefer to do it. It really helps your body to get going. It's a bit of a shock. It's not very comfortable, but again, it has a lot of health benefits for the body and especially for the mind. It really strengthens you, and it's really good to do it in the morning. A great productivity hack / tool is to take 5 minutes in the morning just to think about our day, to plan it out, to think what we have to do. That's going to help us avoid a lot of anxiety during the day and just to have a clear mind of what is that we have to do on the day. Next on the list, drinking. And there's a few really beneficial things that we can drink in the morning. One of them is just warm water with lemon. My advice is to use a straw when you drink, just so your teeth don't get damaged from the acid. That's again going to help your body to clear it out, and it feels really good to drink something in the morning. Also, we want to drink a green tea or matcha. Also a lot of health benefits. Ideally we want to drink it in the morning, as well as coffee. The best time, according to Andrew Huberman, according to science, is 90 to 120 minutes after we wake up. If we drink it earlier than that, then we're gonna have a crash in the afternoon because of how the sleep and the wake hormone works. But if we drink coffee too late, afternoon, then it's gonna have a negative effect on our sleep. So ideally, depends on when you wake up, but around 9, 10, 11 a.m. Having a cup of coffee. Of course, you don't have to time it exactly. I would say rule of thumb, drinking coffee before noon ideally, or after lunch is the latest. But ideally, we don't want to drink coffee in the afternoon at all. That's what the science says. Then of course, having a good, tasty breakfast that we like in the morning, something healthy, something that's gonna make us feel good. I personally eat at 10 a.m. I break my fast. I usually have a smoothie. I do intermittent fasting, so my last meal is at 8, my first meal is at 10 a.m. It makes me feel really good. I'm not gonna tell you what you should eat because you should figure out yourself. Somebody likes to eat big breakfast, somebody eats a small breakfast, someone eats no breakfast, somebody likes to eat a lot of carbs, someone protein. So find whatever works the best for yourself. And then if there's any supplements that you're taking, take those as well. That's morning covered. Now let's get into what we should do during the day. First, ideally we want to move our body every 30 minutes to an hour. Our bodies are used to be moving. It's not ideal for us if we're sitting for 8-9 hours in an office, not moving at all. Moving every 30 minutes to an hour is going to help us to feel less stressed. Our body circulation is going to be better. Maybe it's going to make us feel more energetic. And overall, also it has a lot of health benefits. Also going to burn some calories. So it's also a good thing if we're just sitting. We're not burning any calories and it's not going to make us feel really good. A good work hack is to sometimes work while standing. You can do that maybe for 10 minutes, then you sit down for 40 minutes, you keep alternating. A good hack, you can just pile up some books on your table, you can put your laptop on it and you can stand and you can work. I started doing it and it actually surprisingly feels really good. The next one, my favorite, laughing. Sometimes we forget, sometimes we're too serious when we go through our day-to-day. I know sometimes the time to laugh is not very appropriate. However, we can watch some funny videos or just spend some time with our friends and just laughing. It's gonna excrete a lot of chemicals in our brain. It's gonna make us feel better. So that's another thing that ideally every day we want to laugh as much as possible. It was also proved that the more we laugh, the longer and healthier we live. Then there is the Get Ready protocol by Andrew Huberman that talks about how to get ready for working. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about it. Basically, you just want to take some deep breaths, get focused on something, and then have no distractions and start doing something. But as I said, there's gonna be a separate video about it. This goes hand in hand with deep work. If you want to know more, read the book Deep Work by Cal Newport. But basically, a similar concept. We want to stay focused, uninterrupted on our work, having no notification on our phone and just focusing for 2 or 3 hours in a row on the work at hand. This should help us with productivity and enjoyment and also getting things done. Because if we're doing something but then scrolling on Instagram and talking to someone and hearing some voices, we're not gonna get a lot of things done. We're being interrupted, but really focusing on what we're doing, that could really help us significantly. After that, we got music for learning. Again, I'm gonna make a separate video about this, but I really like this, again by Andrew Huberman, using music to help us focus. So to listening to some classical music without any words, or to some binaural beats, or to some waves, or just having some white noise in the background can really help us increase our memory and our productivity. Again, separate video is gonna come out. I have tried it and I can see that it actually works really, really well. After that, the classic, having a sport activity every single day. That rule, 10,000 steps, or going for a run, or playing tennis, or swimming, or whatever it is. Ideally having at least a short sport activity every single day, whether it's just a walk in the morning or at night. Again, it's really useful and helpful for our body. Our bodies are used to be doing things. If we're just sitting or laying down all day, unless we're sick, our body is not happy with that. And we can combine a sport activity with a social activity. Also super helpful for us, and it's gonna make us feel good. It's gonna excrete all the chemicals. So hang out with your friends or with your coworkers or with your family members. Go out somewhere and have that social aspect of your life, ideally every single day or even multiple times a day. It's really, really useful. And we can combine sport activity with social activity. It's gonna help us excrete endorphins, oxytocin, serotonin, and all these hormones. It's gonna make us feel better, and also it's gonna help us bond with our friends and our family. So this is very, very important. After that, we got a power nap, NSDR or meditation, as part of a break. So instead of taking a break, scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, or doing something similar, we take a break and we really shut off. Power nap is great, 15-minute power nap, or NSDR, which stands for non-sleep deprived protocol. Again, I heard about it from Andrew Huberman. For 10 minutes, it's a combination of meditation and of some visualization, and you just play recording, you do what it says, and after 10 minutes you feel really relaxed. Again, I can really recommend this, or we can just do a 10-minute meditation. It's also going to help us reset our mental capacity. It's so much better than scrolling and being on our phones. Okay, next one is another of my favorites. I call it the anthropic walk. Before I tell you what it is, I have a question. How do you think that Albert Einstein or Nikola Tesla came up with all their ideas? Well, yes, of course, they were very smart, they worked hard, but also, a lot of the times, they came up with the light bulb moments in the shower or while walking. So taking a walk during the day or at night and just, not having any goal, just going, walking and letting our mind free, that can have a lot of benefits. Also, we are moving our body. So this is one of my favorite things to do during the day. It's gonna help me decompress, get a bit of movement in, and maybe sometimes I even have some cool ideas. Next one, mindful eating, very important. Ideally, we would like to eat mindfully every single meal and spend some time with it, actually know what we taste. For this purpose, pick one meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and really try to focus on what you're eating, try to enjoy it, try to feel it, because oftentimes, I have done it myself so many times, I eat quickly, I don't even know what I eat, then I go for the next thing, and I don't even have any enjoyment from the food, and then sometimes my digestion isn't so good. So eating more mindfully is super, super important, and it for sure belongs to the ideal day. Next thing, we got productivity tools, inner game tools. There's a lot of things that we can use during the day, whether it's the stop technique or so many different tools. I'm gonna be making other videos about those things, so stay tuned. But know that there is a huge toolkit of things that you can do during the day to make you feel better, to give you a break. So just wait for it, and there's gonna be more coming. We got the day covered. Now let's talk about what we want to do before sleep at night. So me personally, I try not to eat before going to bed. My last meal is at 8. We usually go to bed around 11. So 3 hours before sleep, I tend not to eat. It's not great to go to sleep with full stomachs. Also, it's not ideal to go to sleep being hungry. So something in between. Again, depends on what feels the best for you. Sleeping ideally 8 to 9 hours. After reading the book Why We Sleep, I'm sleeping every single night, or almost every single night. Those 8 hours really makes me feel good. Sleep is one of the most important things that there is. If there was one magic pill, sleep would be a really good candidate for it. Yeah, then of course taking a shower and doing our night routine, that's all part of our sleep hygiene. Trying not to look at our screens, trying to calm down a bit, maybe have a conversation with someone, or just reading. All this is useful. And again, everybody's sleep hygiene is a little bit different, but find what works the best for you, and then you go with it. As I mentioned at the beginning, cold shower. I love to do it before I go to sleep. It really helps me fall asleep. Some people hate it, some people do it in the morning, up to you, but also cold shower should or could be in the ideal day. Then reflection and journaling. So first of all, I often tell myself 3 positive things that happen during the day. Sometimes, even if the day is bad, I pick the most simple things, just I stayed healthy, nothing really happened, or I meditated, I had a nice conversation with someone. It can be anything, but try to find the 3 things that were positive, and it's a small thing, but over time it's going to be hundreds, and it's really going to make you feel better. Those are the small improvements that over time they're really going to show. And then we got journaling and reflecting. Again, you can journal in the morning or at night. I sometimes do it at night. I don't do it every day, but every now and then I just write down how was my day, how did I feel, and what's in my head. I just put it all on the paper. And also reflecting, how was my day, how did I feel, did I enjoy it, what went well, what didn't go well, and then I can go to sleep. So this was an ideal day. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Did I forget something? Did you find something particularly useful or interesting? And also, if you want to find out more, I created a community on Skool. There's a link in the description. It's free, feel free to join, and I'm posting more content there and eventually trying to create a large community of like-minded people. So go for it. The link is down in the comment. That's all for this video. I'm gonna see you guys at the next video.